despite popular opinion, you don't have to take rest days in order to get faster. Here are 3 tips for getting faster without taking a single day off. And why listen to me, you're probably wondering? Well, I am a lunatic. Why listen to me, you're probably wondering? Well, I've been running every single day without a single rest day, the bare minimum of 5 miles every day for almost 2 years. For almost a year of that, it's been a minimum of 10 miles every day. And right now it's almost June and I've averaged over a half marathon every single day so far this year. We're about 5 months into the year. And with running every single day and working on my legs with weights, I've still been able to run very quickly. For example, a couple of weeks ago, I placed first by 10 minutes in a community 10K, averaging 5:46 per mile. And 6 months ago, while still in the middle of at least 10 mile a day streak, I ran a marathon, my first marathon, and qualified for Boston with a 2:55 time, and running another marathon this week, shooting for a 2:40 time. So I've been getting faster and faster while ramping up my mileage with no rest days. Tip number 1, you have to find your base. What I mean by that is find the minimum amount of mileage that you can comfortably run every day that's really not going to mess you up. At a nice pace, for me it's 5 miles as my absolute base. At least that's been my base for over 640 days straight. For almost the last year, it's been a 10 mile base. So 10 miles is my minimum. For example, it's Sunday and this Saturday I have a marathon, a downhill marathon. So I am now tapering. I'm still running 10 miles, but guess what? I am running it at just like a very easy pace. I'm actually going a little too fast right now, getting too excited. So pick your base. What is the minimum amount where you can effectively recover when you run that at a comfortable pace? So that's tip number 1, find your base. Tip number 2 kind of goes hand in hand with that, and that is monitor your heart rate. So you are going to have recovery runs. You're going to have all kinds of runs. You're going to have really fast runs. You're going to have really, really long runs. You're going to have all out runs and then a longer run later in the day. That's pretty easier. You're going to be mixing it up. But you are going to need days where you have some level of active recovery, a recovery heart rate pace. So monitor it. If you have a watch, fitness watch, which I recommend you get one if you don't have one, you can keep that on the heart rate face instead of looking at your pace. So instead of looking at your pace, you're just monitoring your heart rate. You're keeping that thing nice and low. People are a fan of zone 2. I, for example, am doing a zone 1 run right now, trying to keep that heart rate floating around 120 beats per minute. Really short strides, controlling my breathing. And I'm running 10 miles, but guess what? I'm gonna finish the 10-mile run and it's gonna feel like I just took a nice walk around the block. My body's still recovering. So that's tip 2, is monitor your heart rate and keep an eye on it during your recovery runs and keep that thing nice and low. Tip number 3, you're probably not gonna wanna hear it, and that is focus on your form. Believe it or not, most people actually don't even know how to run. No one really teaches us how to run. You think they should do that in elementary school, but no one really learns correct running form. It's the reason why everybody gets injured. It's why people comment on my videos saying that I'm going to destroy my knees, this and that, if you don't take rest days. It's pretty funny. It's because people don't actually know how to run. People have terrible running form. Now, I won't get into like all the specifics. Maybe that's for another video of good running form. And I'm certainly actually not even the expert, so you shouldn't really be listening to me too much. I'm a lunatic, but you can look this up. I'm looking up good running form. There's plenty of videos on YouTube. But basically what I keep in mind as I'm running, if you're curious, is nice short strides. Definitely not doing long strides. Nice short strides. Number 2, avoid landing on your heels. I mean, don't just avoid it, just don't do it. You're running, say like on like the middle of your foot. I try to kind of pitch forward, keep my momentum forward, and land on the fronts of my feet and not on the backs. Also, posture is very, very important. Keeping your arms high, keeping your back straight, and looking straight ahead. So look into more running form, but if you want to start simple, focus on nice short strides, not landing on your heel, and that's going to do wonders for preventing injury. It'll allow you to run every day and to slowly pick up a really good pace, build up those muscles, build up your conditioning, and pretty soon it's going to be very easy to just go out there and bang out a half marathon. That's just going to be like an overweight person walking from the fridge to the couch with a large pizza to you. So get out there, get running, lace up your shoes, trade out your shoes regularly too to protect those legs, and I will see you all out there. Keep running. Let's go.